A poltergeist is trying to kill people in a residential building. Don't miss out. Who awakened the evil spirits? What will one of the apartment owners confess to? You are watching Psychic Investigations, a channel of exclusively true and astonishing stories. People who call themselves clairvoyants investigate tangled criminal cases and shocking mystical anomalies. Neighbor friends Masha and Liuda have contacted the psychics, asking for help. The women unanimously claim that some invisible force is driving them out of their homes.
I heard someone walk in the kitchen, forks clatter, and dishes fall and break. I went there to check, but found nobody or nothing there.
More than once, someone rang my doorbell. I answered the door, but there was no one there.
The woman first thought it was some kids playing pranks, but outsiders don't have access inside the building. The entrance door is locked.
Only the residents have the keys.
The residential building they live in is small, containing only 3 apartments. Masha lives on the first floor. Liuda rents the apartment above her. The third apartment is empty. Its owners moved out several years ago because they couldn't sleep peacefully at night.
Everybody says it's hard to stay in here.
When I sleep, I feel something pressing on me, making it hard to breathe. I'm afraid I won't wake up one day.
Masha adds that she almost died in a fire 6 months ago.
My refrigerator caught fire at night. If I had been sleeping, I would have probably burned alive.
The women blamed power surges and had voltage stabilizers installed. But within a week, another disaster struck, this time in Liuda's apartment.
The TV was on in the room when it suddenly hissed and went black. Smoke filled the room. I almost suffocated.
The scariest part, however, is that all of this happens every time after the neighbors see a dark figure at home.
Like a shadow passes by. I got terrified.
The last time Liuda saw the black shadow, she was barely saved.
My whole body suddenly started burning for no reason. I couldn't bear the pain.
Her temperature exceeded 40 degrees. She called an ambulance. The medics urgently hospitalized her.
Pills, injections, nothing helped.
Only an ice bath saved Liuda from death. And as soon as she was back on her feet and returned to her dangerous home, she raised the alarm.
Before reaching out to you, I spoke to Father Oleg, our local priest. He came, walked around the building, and said that it was so heavily cursed that he couldn't handle it. As such, we decided to search for your help.
Psychics Olena Kurilova and Rubina Tsibulska responded to the women's plea.
I saw an image of a young woman with dark brown hair and gray eyes. She looked at me and turned into a cat. This cat woman is somehow connected to our 2 neighbors.
I see skulls. There are lots of them all piled together. But they look strange. They are somehow distorted. I'll try to look through the fire. Whom did they belong to? And how are they connected? I saw Rubina. She was covered in blood, and she was lying in a pit. This might be a picture from the future.
We couldn't have imagined what disaster this investigation would bring for Rubina.
We must go. The neighbors are in mortal danger. As soon as we got out of the van, I saw a woman standing about 100 meters away. The same Catwoman from my vision. I wanted to approach her, but she disappeared.
Liuda and Masha are already waiting for the psychics outside.
Hello?
We're glad you responded to our plea.
The card of death. The card of revenge. Death because of revenge. Someone from the other world is seeking revenge on you.
I see that they both have problems with men.
Yes, it's true.
Both women are attractive and good at housekeeping, but they say men avoid them like lepers. Liuda's recent partner left her after spending a few nights in her apartment.
Strange things started happening, and he said, "Liuda, something's happening to me."
The building is not only killing your personal lives, but it's trying to destroy you physically.
It's a terrible situation. I see a door and hear moans and horrifying knocks. Do you hear the knocks?
Yes.
The knocking on the door.
Yes, and the handle rattles.
I want to check the inside of the building. Who lives on the first floor?
I do.
Masha.
I'm going with Liuda.
Okay, Masha. Let's go. I feel like the walls are howling, the building is howling.
Your life is tough. You're lonely. Especially now. Your mom is gone. She died of a severe illness. Cancer?
Yes, my mom died 6 years ago.
Liuda is now 29. She has no parents left. She never started a family. Her brother and sister have their own families and live separately. But Liuda is all alone in these four walls. And now, she's in mortal danger at her own home.
Inside, I heard. The answer lies in the ground. It's a clue. What's going on?
I'm shivering, and there are chills all over my body.
Oh my God.
The picture fell.
Something paranormal was clearly happening in the house. Liuda felt unwell, and at that very moment, a picture suddenly fell off the wall. And for no reason, the TV turned on in the downstairs apartment.
God, the TV went on.
Here's the remote. Nobody switched it on.
What's going on in this seemingly unremarkable building?
Something's pushing me. The force was trying to drive me out of the building, and it's here. Restless souls who lost their lives. They're so angry. There are so many of them. The spirits are specifically avenging something on Liuda and Masha. I asked the cards, why? And the answer was, a blood relative who is no longer alive. Quiet, wait. Someone is pushing me here too. The hands pushing me were female.
It feels like someone is watching me.
I feel eyes on me.
A knock. Did you hear that? Hurry up, people.
What happened?
I see soil.
Yes, we found soil.
Yes, I found dirt. I went outside to hang clothes, and I saw something spilling.
The answer lies in the ground. This relates to you. This is cemetery soil.
A death curse.
Liuda, there's a woman who wants to get rid of you. And there's a man involved.
That's true?
The man has no wife.
His wife died.
Later, Liuda explained that 2 years ago, she met Volodya, a widower.
His wife was 25. She died. She had a brain tumor. He stayed alone with 2 little children.
Liuda fell in love with the man. She hoped that together they would create a family and she would replace the mother for his children. But another woman stood in the way.
Her mother.
Yes, she disapproves of me. She said she would make sure I don't live long.
Tell them about the texts.
Once, I put my niece to bed and felt my hands and face burning. Fortunately, my sister was there. She ran over and started sprinkling holy water on my face, and I drank it. I felt better, but before this happened, she would send me different text messages, like, "Are you dead yet?" or "You don't have much time left."
This is horrendous. But why is that woman so opposed to her son-in-law creating a new family?
I want to see that woman.
She lives nearby. Anybody home?
Come out. She even turned off the light.
The gate is locked. No one comes out.
She's afraid to come out.
Neighbors gather at the noise.
Hello?
I live in the street, and I know you are the psychics.
We're here for a reason.
My dear God. I don't think she's a witch. She hired someone.
She goes to sorceresses, and then he finds notes at home, like, how to get the husband back in the family. Does she want him back, or what?
People were whispering.
The woman wouldn't open up, but then, suddenly, Volodya himself came out of the house, and he didn't seem happy to see the guests.
Enough, go away.
Volodya, she loves you.
I don't love anyone anymore, go.
Lyuda is in tears. No one expected such an outcome to the meeting.
I needed to feel the man's energy. Because if he's under a love spell, the consequences can be grave. First, such men start drinking. Then they go insane. He might even hang himself.
After we broke up, he started drinking heavily.
You know what didn't add up for me? The cemetery dirt was scattered under the common threshold at the entrance to the building. Lyuda was the first to step over it, and she cleaned it up. The effect of the curse should have only affected her. Therefore, something else is killing Masha. There's something more powerful.
We need to go back, let's go. As we walked to the van, I saw the Catwoman again. She knows something and wants to tell me.
We are going back to the center of the town, where the Lyuda and Masha live. It's growing dark, but there's still no answer to the main question.
Where to find the answer? The answer is right in front of you. Driver, stop.
The clairvoyants are 1.5 kilometers from Masha and Lyuda's home. What did they sense?
There's something here.
Lubart's castle.
Prince Lubart's castle is the oldest building in the town. But how could it be connected to the mystical events in the unremarkable building these women live in?
Here, the cat, look. She came. I was just stunned. The cat was exactly like the one from my vision. It's like she's taking us somewhere.
What's there?
A church.
This is a miracle. After the cat brought leads the clairvoyants here, she disappeared right in front of the entrance to the church basement.
This is somehow connected to your house, too.
The phrase kept spinning in my head. The answer lies in the ground. Maybe it's something underground? Skulls. A child, a man.
I had a vision of skulls this morning. They were of an unusual shape. We're close to solving this. Look, is this the crypt?
The walls of the Catholic Church hold the remains of the once well-known Talizin family in this area. Stepan Talizin was the first commandant of the city.
There's a young woman here. She's around 20 years old.
The psychics are right next to the burial site of the commandant's wife, Magda. She died at the age of 19, 3 centuries ago.
This is the crypt where the woman who appeared to me in my visions and turned into a gray cat was buried. She wants to tell us about her death. She says, "Help me, and I'll help you."
The cause of Magda's death is indeed unknown. No records or medical records have survived.
She didn't die naturally. She was killed. There was a lot of blood.
She and her child were killed. Look, she's crying.
She was pregnant and she died from blood loss.
There were rumors that Magda indeed died during childbirth. Neither the mother nor the baby survived.
There was some kind of medical error. I clearly see her death as murder. This was a clue, but I couldn't understand how it was connected to the building.
It feels like someone is holding my hand. I thought it was that girl we were talking about.
Let's go where she's taking you.
To the exit? To the exit.
Masha's senses brought us to her apartment. She went inside with Rubina Tsibulska. Olena Kurilova stayed to work outside.
The scent of death. I hear those screams and moans again. Do you hear the knocks? They're coming from below.
There's a basement down there.
My God. My God.
I'm shivering. My face is burning.
And how many of them? Women, children. They're all dead. Tools. Blood. Blood. A pool of blood. I can't. There are too many of you.
What's this?
It's shocking, but the light went off all of a sudden.
Blood.
What's this?
Rubina is unwell. Quick!
Bring ammonia and water.
Her nose started bleeding. It was very scary.
Oh, guys, I can't.
I had a vision of you bloodied, lying in a pit. How could I let you go there alone?
A woman approached me and said, "A man is responsible for my and the children's deaths."
A doctor who lived here, a gynecologist?
Yes?
They performed abortions there.
It's so shocking. The man who lived here performed illegal abortions in this basement. Hurriedly, secretly, in unsanitary conditions. Without anesthesia. It was like a torture chamber. That's why we heard the terrible screams and moans in the building.
It turned out that a century ago, this entire 3-story building belonged to one person.
Gynecologist Josip Zawadzki. He received women at his home. In the basement, he performed abortions. At that time, it was illegal.
Now I understand why the skulls in my vision had such strange shapes. These were the heads of undeveloped babies.
The doctor would wrap the bodies in a cloth and bury them.
The woman whose spirit drove the residents of this building mad died here, at the hands of this same doctor.
One of the doctor's patients, Maria Alexieva, died during the operation. Both she and her baby died. After her funeral, the baby's body remained in this basement along with other babies' bodies. This tragedy is well documented. It occurred on May 20th, 1906.
I could have never imagined that such things happened here.
As for the doctor himself, he faced a severe retribution. His entire family was executed.
The souls of the infants and the deceased woman are restless. They are trapped in the basement. They are angry. But what do Masha and Liuda have to do with it? The things happening in here now have only started recently. Something activated them. You were supposed to have a son. You know that.
Yes.
This was Masha's secret. No one knew about it. She was supposed to have a son, but the boy's future father was against it.
Why did you abide him?
I was panicked. I couldn't think straight at all.
She had no support.
Only later did it dawn on me. I sat, howling, in this apartment.
Masha had an abortion. After that, the souls of the babies and the women rebelled and decided she must be punished.
These souls need to be put to rest. We need to perform a ritual.
We will perform the ritual with 7 candles. The wax is dripping. Look, the faces of the babies. Do you see? The nose, the mouth, do you see that? It is being cleansed.
We sincerely hope that Masha and Liuda will now live peacefully, and that their apartments will be filled with love and children's laughter.
We did our job.
I'm happy you came and helped us.
Thank you.
It's incredible what a terrible secret the basement of an ordinary residential building concealed. A young woman and her family are experiencing a series of misfortunes. What force is driving the poor soul to the other world? Don't miss out. The psychics will expose a demon's lair. Welcome to Psychic Investigations. 20-year-old Olena Kolesnichenko lives in the Kiev region. For the past 3 months, her family has been plagued by mortal danger.
I was beaten and cut, my brother had a bleeding ulcer, and my mom had a car accident. Now there are just 2 of us left. I'm afraid for my and my brother's lives.
Olena's brother, Dima, almost bled to death while she miraculously survived a brutal attack by assailants. However, their mother died in the accident. Olena suspects that a dark force is behind all these misfortunes. She claims that lately, something terrifying and unbelievable has been going on in their house.
It's so scary. We heard hoofbeats before Mom's death. And my brother saw devils with horns there.
Before Olena and her brother suffer irreparable harm, our project's experts, psychics Kayal Alekperov and Larissa Mohila, go to meet them. Larissa Mohila reads information with the help of her tarantula, named 13.
I sense a powerful entity. It has huge wings. It embraces a person with those wings, and then the person disappears.
And I see a man holding something sharp. Oh God, he's slitting his own throat.
I see a woman now. She's conducting a terrifying and dangerous ritual. I get it now. The woman is invoking this entity to serve her, but she can't control it. It seems she's destroying everyone around her by wielding the entity. But who she is, and what power she commands, I can't comprehend right now.
Pull over, please. What a strange place. The force I feel seems to be bound to it. I think we'll return here later today.
The psychics arrive at Olena and her brother's home.
Hello.
Hello?
Let us tune in.
What I sense now is a little terrifying. Look what I got from the cards. This is the demon Lucifer. This is the most terrifying card in the deck. It's clear that Olena and her brother are in danger. I sense an entity with huge wings. And the wings seem to have feathers and claws. They encircle you and want to take you with them.
Something is choking me, preventing me from working.
I feel those clawed wings. They're around your neck, trying to strangle you.
The entity is powerful. Not to frighten Olena, I tried to keep myself together. I decided to drive the entity away from the yard so that it wouldn't harm anyone else. To do this, I summoned all my jinns.
What was it?
An entity with wings and horns is circling over the house.
I don't even understand what it is. It's changing its appearance all the time.
I'm so confused. I see two men. They're arguing. One of them has a knife. I don't know how all this is connected to you, Olena. I kept seeing a kaleidoscope of images. Different murders, men, women. Then I saw a woman invoking an evil entity. But I couldn't figure out how it all fit together. I sense that your mother is no longer alive.
No, she died. It happened last year.
According to the official version by the police, Olena was killed in an accident. She rode her scooter and collided with a cyclist 13 kilometers from the village. As a result of the collision, the cyclist was not injured, while Olena suffered a head injury.
Olena's mother slipped into a coma. For all 7 days that the woman was unconscious, her daughter was by her side. She hoped until the very end that her dearest person in the world would survive. But fate had other plans. Olena's mother died from brain hemorrhage. It's hard to imagine what this young woman went through, as her mother literally died in her arms.
It's unbearably hard.
And your brother also had a misfortune. I feel pain here.
Yes, he had an ulcer. He came home from work and said he had a stomach ache. We called an ambulance and they hospitalized him.
The doctors were shocked that the young man even walked, claiming he could have died had he waited a few more hours.
And I also feel that you were looking for a job, but you were deceived.
Yes, it's true.
Olena worked as a cashier in one of the capital's supermarkets and was looking for a side work. A colleague told her he knew where she could earn good money, and the prospect employer would give her all the details.
I went to meet that woman, and she told me I would have to be a prostitute. Naturally, I refused.
But Olena couldn't even imagine what trouble she got into.
I see a forest and two men. You're shouting as one of them is holding a knife.
Yes, it's true.
The people who offered Olena to be a prostitute took her out of the city.
I see wounds. The wounds are right here. And the knife, like this. Many times, you're being stabbed.
Yes. These are knife scars.
What a chilling revelation. It's hard to even imagine what poor Olena was through.
Olena was severely beaten and sustained 9 knife wounds. Thinking she was dead, the attackers left. Miraculously, Olena survived. She crawled to the nearest village.
I found someone's country house. The people called an ambulance and the police. I remember the police coming, and then I blacked out.
It's a miracle Olena survived, but the pain and fear from her ordeal have never left her ever since.
The people who abused you, they were caught.
Yes.
Everything that happened to Olena is beyond comprehension. It's no wonder she is afraid of dying and wants to know the cause of the horrors that are befalling her family.
The things that happened to your mother, brother, and you are linked to the dark force that's circling here.
The spirit of Olena's mother approached me several times, repeating, "The woman is to blame. Find the woman."
To understand what this force is, I need to go to the place where your mother died.
This is where Mom crashed.
I need to perform a ritual. I wanted my jinns to show me in the flames where the entity came from. But the fire wouldn't hold. I sense the presence of several spirits here. They're over there. I see two men. They're Muslims. It seems they knew your mother. I see an argument, a knife, and blood.
Behind the souls that Kayal just described, I see the entity with the huge wings.
The men I see came here from far away. It seems they arrived to work here.
They rented a house here. They made dried plums. Their boss was stabbed to death.
It happened in a nearby village. In one of the buildings, there was an illegal candy production line.
The victim was around 40 years old and of Tajik nationality. His face and neck had 18 stab wounds.
But how is this horrific murder connected to what's happening in Olena's family?
We need to go there and see the house where the murder occurred.
After the brutal murder in the illegal confectionery, the production stopped. The building stands locked.
Larissa, do you remember I told you we'd return here? This house is somehow connected to what's happening in Olena's family. We need to get inside. I feel aggression pouring out of the place, and I also sense the presence of an otherworldly entity.
This is Maria. She lives next door and keeps an eye on the house. She used to make candies when the confectionery was open. Maria goes to get the keys to the house.
The death of Olena's mother, the attack on her, her brother's illness, and the murder in this house are all connected. The force we sensed somehow changed the life of each of those people. But why did it choose them? Why did they suffer? And did it in such different ways? Now I see two men arguing over something trivial. They're talking about a woman, and then one of them seems to try to run away.
One man was a constant worker at the confectionery. His name was Shekrukam, but the locals called him simply Shurik. The murdered man was his boss, named Alim. After the body was found, Shekrukam disappeared. The man hid in the nearby grove for several hours, but it was cold outside and he froze quickly. So he returned to the house and hid in the attic. The next morning, he turned himself in to the police and confessed to killing his boss.
I sense that they started arguing here.
The first man, the older one, said something that provoked the conflict.
He said the boss said something about his mom. So he punched him in the shoulder. A fight started. The boss ran outside, but he caught him and finished him there.
He lived here for 8 months. He was a good fellow.
I couldn't believe he did it.
Nevertheless, the man's guilt was proven, and he was sentenced to 11 years in prison.
The force we sensed seemed to push the young man towards murder. It resides in this house, and sooner or later, it changes the life of everyone who ends up here.
I also worked there, and so did Mom.
This is something unbelievable. Could the lives of other people be in danger? But where did the entity come from? What is it doing here? Who summoned it?
Larissa, an elderly woman's spirit has appeared. I need to go into the house. I hear the woman screaming and see a man standing next to her.
He was doing something around the house, helping her. The man didn't live here. Then, suddenly, something like a veil covered the man's eyes and blinded him. The woman grabs her head, screams, several blows, a blow to the head.
It turned out that several years ago, another murder took place in this house. The previous owner, an elderly woman, was killed.
Ola Jivotok stopped answering the calls from her daughter who lives in Kiev. Fearing for her elderly mother, the woman immediately arrived, but she didn't find her mother at home and called the police.
A week later, the investigators found the body. It lied in a grove several kilometers from the house. The woman died from a head injury.
The victim's daughter informed the police that her mother used a mobile phone, and the detectives located it. It was at a market where a man from the same village as the victim was trying to sell it. He immediately confessed.
My book shows me that the man was possessed by an evil spirit which ordered him to kill the old woman.
The psychic is right. You are watching the police footage of the suspect confessing to the crime.
I heard a voice saying she was a sinner and deserved punishment.
The culprit lived on the same street as the elderly woman. He was married and had 3 children. The locals still can't believe he could commit murder.
When they told us it was him, no one could believe it.
It's incredible because both the man who killed his boss and the one who murdered the elderly woman were always calm, polite, non-confrontational, and completely normal people. It gives the impression that something otherworldly indeed influenced them.
He was an absolutely sane family man, but then he said a voice from above told him to do it.
After a psychological evaluation, Olha Zivotok's murderer was deemed insane and sent to a mental health clinic for treatment.
The evil entity lives in this house and affects everyone who has ever been here. The dark force we sensed was summoned by a woman who couldn't control it. The demon proved stronger and cleverer than her, and she also suffered at its hands. Who lived in this house before?
I see a woman doing something with her hands. Like she's sewing or embroidering something.
It turned out that the first owner of this house was a village seamstress.
She lived here for a long time.
Just a moment. Wait.
What's going on?
God, what happened?
When we ran to the room where that strange sound came from, neither I nor Larissa could enter it. It seemed like some force was pushing us out. It was trying to drive us away.
She guards this house. And now she's crying. She had 2 sons. A rope. The sons seemingly hanged themselves.
The locals say the seamstress had 3 children, a daughter and 2 sons. The boys indeed died by hanging in their youth, while their mother was still alive, while her daughter, after all those misfortunes, sold the house and left.
Her husband also has something wrong with his throat. His throat, only blood drips from it, as if it were cut.
He slit his own throat.
It was the man I'd seen in my vision at the beginning of the investigation. But I hadn't understood what it all meant then.
She shows me she's sticking a needle into a doll, right into the heart. And I see needles, candles, and different ritual objects in her hands. She worked with demons.
The locals say the seamstress befriended the devil and, like all witches, died a terrible death.
She was dying in great pain. They even dismantled the ceiling in her house so she could die.
She's showing me her actions. She draws a circle, a summoning symbol. This is a seal of summoning. She addresses dark forces, and they help her.
This was the same woman we'd seen before the investigation. She summoned the terrible force that killed her children and husband, and later took more lives.
I hear the words of summoning the demon, and he comes to her, the demon she summoned.
Larissa, the demon, has appeared next to us again. The woman summoned him, but she couldn't control him. I was shocked. The demon stood right behind us. But what's most horrifying is that he went and stood behind Olena.
What does he want?
This is the entity the seamstress summoned during the ritual. He deceived her. During the ritual, something fell somewhere, and when she ran to pick it up, she stepped out of the circle and interrupted the ritual. So the demon stayed in our world. He wraps anyone who enters his territory in his wings, and when he lets go of them, they change completely. He can change their life, or take it all together.
We need to save the people who have been here. After all, the demon can intervene in anyone's life at any moment.
I need the mirror hanging in the house. I must immediately seal the demon. When I begin the ritual, nobody should talk to me.
The light's out. But why?
There will be no more deaths from the power of this demon. When I perform a ritual, the camera shouldn't record it. As long as the camera is running, my candles won't light properly. Look, the matches go out too. There will be no more deaths from the power of this demon.
I stopped shivering.
Thank you so much.
Olena turned to the psychics to understand why the house was ruining her family's life. However, it turned out there were others affected too. The cause of all the misfortunes was not the house, but magical rituals performed improperly.
After the psychics visited me, I feel a lot better. It's like a load off my shoulders.
A real house of horrors in a small town that seems desperate to drive out its residents. What lies behind the mysterious phenomena? Why has the mistress of the house lost 4 husbands and a son? Don't miss it. The psychics take on the investigation. A resident of a small Ukrainian town, Valentina Krutos, turns to the psychics because she can no longer live in her own home. Inside, she hears strange noises and footsteps. But the scariest thing is that one day she almost died there.
It suddenly exploded. I was thrown back, and from 2 rooms, one was left.
The neighbor from the other part of the house also heard the blast.
The walls shook sharply. I jumped up, not knowing what had happened. I came out, and the stove was completely blown apart. 2 walls had collapsed entirely.
The woman is in despair. She's convinced that some invisible force is trying to destroy her and suspects that her 29-year-old son, Serhiy, also didn't die by accident. It happened 6 years ago. In the morning, when she left for work, the young man was asleep. When she came back, he was still in bed.
I started to wake him. He was unconscious. I called the ambulance. They took him to intensive care.
A few hours later, he died. The doctor's verdict was epilepsy.
He never had epilepsy in his life, and it couldn't have just appeared on that last day.
After her son's death, Valentina suffered a heart attack. Her personal life never worked out. She raised 2 children on her own, barely making ends meet. Valentina worked as a painter on construction sites and did apartment repairs in the evenings just to feed her son and daughter. Her younger daughter, Svetlana, finished school and got married. Serhiy stayed with his mother and took on the role of man of the house.
He worked at a brick factory. It was really hard work.
Shortly before his death, Serhiy got into an accident and had to stop working for a while. Valentina hoped that once he recovered, her son with his skills would easily find a new job, but fate decided otherwise.
Ilmira and Serhiy Kolesnichenko. I'm begging these psychics to investigate. Because it's very hard for me.
Look, there's darkness, like something is eating him away from the inside. His organs were affected.
I see a woman. She's holding his death in her hands. And I keep getting a connection with a fiancé and 4 men, 4 grooms. I can't quite tell yet what it means.
Good afternoon. I've been waiting for you and hoping that you would come.
I sense someone's presence here in your home.
A few months before her son's death, the woman began sensing an invisible presence in her home. She constantly heard rustling, footsteps, strange, unexplainable sounds.
You haven't lived here that long? Most likely you bought the house. I'd say no more than 10 years ago.
Yes, we bought it almost 10 years ago.
I feel someone's presence here. There's negativity around.
It's not connected to the house itself. It's like you brought it with you. May I take a look inside the house?
Let's go inside.
I saw something strange around Valentina. A kind of sticky shell, like jelly. It gave off a sense of danger. Your son, when you found him, he was lying there, twisted in an odd way. At first, it looked like he was just sleeping.
Yes.
Valentina came home around 7 p.m. Her son was lying on the couch, as if asleep. She decided not to wake him and went to visit her younger daughter, who lived nearby. But when she returned an hour later, she realized something was terribly wrong.
He was shaking like this, foam at the mouth and convulsing. It felt like, nausea, bitterness, some kind of medication.
I saw that pills were scattered around there, but I saw it later, when he was already taken to the hospital.
I sense a woman, her presence. I've seen this woman before, the one who was holding his death in her hands. It seems that the pills are connected to her.
Was he poisoned?
I've seen convulsions like this before. When my daughter Svitlana was little, she ate some berries at kindergarten and had severe poisoning. She also had such convulsions. I know the difference between convulsions and epilepsy. They are not the same.
During the home inspection, no signs of break-in or struggle were found. If someone came into the house on Serhiy's day of death, it wasn't a stranger.
She lived here, the neighbor in this apartment. His heart often hurt, and when I was at work, he would go to her, and she would give him some pills or drops.
Was she a bit older than him?
Yes, a couple of years.
Did she have 2 husbands before this?
I know she was single, but she had 2 kids from different men.
That woman had feelings for your son.
But if that's true, and Serhiy's neighbor really liked him, why would she poison him?
She tried to bewitch him. She wanted to marry him. He was a good guy, hardworking.
She told him, "Come with me to my village. We'll live there." That's what she said.
Do you have any of your son's things left?
Yes, his notebook.
May I?
Yes.
No one actually killed him. What you're seeing, Ilmira, is probably a pharmacy worker who sold him the medication. Even holding the notebook now, I can feel it. Pain. Constant pain.
He was smoking, standing there holding his stomach. I came up and asked, "Serhiy, are you in pain?" And he said, "I'm in pain every day now. Nothing helps me anymore."
Metal. I'm sensing metal. Something old and heavy. A sharp impact. About 2.5 years before his death. A very strong blow.
I think it was a car.
An accident, right?
Yes, an accident.
Serhiy went for a ride with his neighbor Vitaly on the latter's motorcycle. He promised his mother to be back in an hour. Instead, he ended up on the operating table.
Since he was in the sidecar, the motorcycle fell right on him.
He had liver problems, didn't he?
His liver was torn, and they had to operate him immediately because he had internal bleeding.
What he did to himself, I wouldn't call it suicide. It's like his soul was turning inside out. He did it with tears in his eyes.
It was all so hard for him. Everything hurt so much.
It might have been an overdose of painkillers.
Unfortunately, it is common now for pharmacy workers to sell painkillers without a doctor's prescription. Even a small overdose of such drugs can be deadly.
It feels like death had always been walking beside him all his life. Around the age of 23 to 25, there was some kind of neck injury. It feels as if he did it to himself.
He wanted to end his life.
Hang himself?
I wasn't home. I was at my daughter's. A neighbor ran in and said Serhiy was in intensive care. I asked what happened, and she said, "My kids saw him hanging on the ladder. We took him down and called an ambulance. They managed to revive him."
Your husband must have died around the same age as your son.
He did.
I think the same story happened there.
Yes, my husband was poisoned and died in the hospital.
For some reason, I'm seeing a dark corridor, several doors, a small building. It's old, dirty somehow. That's probably where we can look into what happened to your husband.
We lived in a dormitory. My son grew up there too.
Let's go there and take a look.
This is the dormitory where I lived. I worked at a construction site, and they gave me 2 rooms here.
Life wasn't easy for you here.
I carried everything on my shoulders. He didn't even know how to pick up the kids from daycare or take them there. We lived on this floor. The kitchen was shared.
A man with a knife. He's holding it. There's blood. So much blood. And a boy screaming his heart out, right?
That was your son's scream.
My husband stabbed me.
A blow from behind. You didn't even see it coming.
The neighbors in the dorm were celebrating the birth of a baby.
When everyone went back to their rooms, I put the children to bed. I lay down beside Serhiy on the cot, and he was on the bed. "Go to sleep with me," he told me. I said, "When the kids fall asleep, I'll come." Then he got up, grabbed my leg, threw me to the floor, and came at me from behind with a knife.
The stab almost to the handle and a very strong blow.
If the blade had been longer, it would have reached my heart. It stopped 2 millimeters short. He pulled the knife out of my back. The blood started gushing like a fountain. I felt something hot running down, and I fell.
So much blood. I can't stay here any longer. I'm leaving. This is horrifying.
The worst part is that it all happened in front of the child.
Serhiy jumped up, ran out, and started yelling, "Dad's cutting Mom!" The neighbors came out and called an ambulance.
That's how little Serhiy saved his mother's life, but the bloody scene was forever burned into his memory.
Can I ask? Why wasn't he put in prison? He should have been.
I forgave him for the sake of the children. I went to the police, took back my statement, and said I forgave him. Then I filed for divorce.
But he didn't live long after that incident. A month or 2 at most. A very short time.
2 months.
His body looked black inside, like something was eating him from within.
He drank hydrochloric acid and was poisoned. It burned him from the inside. The doctors cut him open and saw that everything inside was black, but his heart was still beating. They stitched him back up, and that was it.
It turned out that the man took his own life right after his wife filed for divorce. However, Mykola did not die immediately. He spent nearly a month in the hospital in unbearable pain.
Elmira, look, Here's the situation. I need to go to the cemetery now to communicate with the deceased father.
I'm not going with you, okay? I already feel unwell. Valentina, while I was standing here, I saw the image of a man, about 50, deceased. I can't yet understand who he is, but he said that Mikola, your son's father, is responsible for his death. I need to figure out who this person is. Can I stay in the house and wait for you while I work a bit?
You can.
The man I saw near the dormitory also has some connection to Valentina. He said he loved her. Something prevented them from being together. And most likely, he died because he was removed by this man, Valentina's husband.
But who is this man? Did Valentina have a lover, and was Mikola involved in his death? Meanwhile, Serhiy Kolesnichenko and Valentina arrived at the cemetery.
Usually the person you seek appears, but here a completely different man appeared.
The psychic walked straight toward the graves without explanation. But he bypassed the place where Mikola was buried and approached another grave instead.
This is my second husband, Ivan Krutus. He died at 50.
It's unbelievable. So Valentina buried not one husband, but two? The second one died as well?
My stepfather was never sick. He always loved our mom. They lived in harmony, soul to soul. I used to call him Dad. Honestly, I don't even know what fatherly love is, but in him, I saw it.
He's speaking indistinctly, probably has no teeth or something like that.
He had jaw problems.
And he also died quickly, within a month or two.
Yes, very fast. His jaw kept hurting and hurting. Then his teeth began to fall out, and the jaw started to decay. They irradiated him 4 times.
Doctors told us it was cancer. A disease that can't be cured. The doctors came and started giving him strong painkillers. Morphine. Said there was nothing more they could do.
I sensed the energy that killed him. It's dirty red. That means anger, rage of some kind.
Incredibly, at that very moment in Valentina's house, Elmira Derbentseva was sensing those same emotions.
There's another man here. I feel some kind of rage, strong anger. He is thin, sharp-eyed. I still can't tell who he is.
By her description, the spirit looks like Valentina's first husband, Mikola.
He's completely dark inside, tormented by thoughts of what he did. I feel regret, deep remorse.
But why is Mikola's spirit here, while Serhiy Kolesnichenko is trying to contact him at the cemetery?
I need to speak with Mikola, directly at his grave.
Here's Mikola, my first husband. These are his parents. Why did the candle fall?
Because he's not here. His soul is restless. He's not here. Mikola. Honestly, I can't make sense of it. Maybe we should join Elmira. I need to consult with her.
Just as the psychic stepped away from the grave, he felt a sharp headache.
My head's starting to ache. I'm sensing a young man under 40, maybe 34, 35. He had a head injury, maybe a severe beating. The back of my head hurts badly.
That was my third husband.
It's simply unbelievable. 3 husbands, and all of them are dead.
He was killed. He had a hematoma, and that's why he died.
Valentina's third husband, Mikhailo, went out to buy bread. But on the way to the store, he ran into some hooligans who beat him and robbed him.
They hit him, and he struck his head against a brick building. Just a couple of days later, he was dead.
Why so many deaths around this woman? Her son and 3 husbands all died young. What kind of mysticism is this?
It feels like they're all pointing at your Mikola. Everything refers to him.
Are you saying he is responsible?
Yes. Let's go back to your home, because it will be too hard to figure things out here alone.
Did you manage to make contact with Mikola?
When we got to the cemetery, for some reason, Mikola's spirit didn't appear. Another man appeared instead. Valentina's subsequent husband, as it turned out.
Was that the man I first saw near the dormitory? The one who said he blames Mikola for the death? Around 50, I think. He also died unnaturally, maybe poisoning, something like that. I see this area, this man.
That's the 4th husband.
The 4th husband? The last, right?
Yes.
It's just unbelievable. 5 deaths, 4 husbands and a son, all gone young.
After the 4th husband died, rumors started spreading around town. People began calling my mom the Black Widow.
Valentina's 4th husband, Leonid, died of alcohol poisoning. He was allergic to alcohol, so even after drinking a small amount, he died of fatal intoxication.
So that's what I was seeing. A wedding, a bride, and 4 men. You had 4 husbands?
Yes.
Valentina hadn't told the psychics about all these deaths, fearing they wouldn't agree to help a Black Widow. Yet one question still remained. Why did her son die?
From the very start, when we came to your house and began talking, I felt it. Trouble follows you wherever you go. By then I was already certain that heavy, sticky energy surrounding Valentina had pulled in and taken the lives of all her men, like a swamp dragging them all under.
The cause is still him. Mikola himself. And he saw your divorce as his own death. Do you have a photo of him?
Yes, of course.
Mikola. It's him. It feels as though he won't let anyone near you. He's taking these men away.
When he was dying in agony, it's like he cursed you. If I can't have you, no one will.
The force that's been around you is the jealousy of your late husband, Mikola. It's red-brown. A dirty, murky color. That jealousy destroyed every man who came close.
Maybe Mikola didn't want me to marry again. But what does my son have to do with it?
Your son said he hated his father, didn't he?
Sir, he never loved his father since childhood. He always beat him, humiliated him. Before he died, he was in the hospital and asked me to bring the children. I brought them. But my son wouldn't go near him. He just stood there in the doorway.
Mikola was jealous of your son, too, because you had such a strong bond with him. You even felt that your son replaced everyone else for you.
He would have gone through fire and water for me. God forbid anyone ever hurt me.
Scientists have long said, our thoughts are material. Psychics add that emotions are too. It's a special kind of energy that continues to exist even after the person who felt them is gone. So it turns out it was jealousy that caused all those deaths in Valentina's life.
I'm very grateful to you. You've told me so much. I finally feel some peace in my soul.
A vengeful ghost is attacking children and adults. In an effort to save people's lives, psychics will find themselves in mortal danger. Don't miss one of the most dangerous investigations. Tetiana Nikitiuk is 23 years old, and she is terrified of losing her 2-year-old son, Makar. The toddler is facing a serious threat.
He sleeps poorly at night. Lately, he's been screaming in his sleep. It's scary.
And the things are getting worse day by day. Objects are falling on the boy almost daily. Once, a large basin of boiling water even fell on him.
He burned his arm badly.
And the next day, the boy nearly ended up under a car's wheels. His mother barely grabbed him in time. Moreover, Makar seems to be talking to someone even when he's alone.
He saw somebody. Naturally, I was deeply shocked.
The psychics are Tetiana's last hope to save her son. The inherited psychic Olena Kurilova has taken on the case. Before the investigation, she worked with the boy's photo and shared what she sensed.
I see a horrifying scene. A woman cries holding her baby. Suddenly, a man appears out of nowhere. He snatches the baby from her arms and takes it away. Then the mother is forced to her knees and a flash like a blade cuts through the air. The woman is murdered.
This is horrific. Is the danger threatening not only the toddler but also Tetiana herself? Olena Kurilova immediately sets out to investigate, assisted by her colleague, medium Anna Galiers. As it turned out, she had a terrifying dream.
I saw a strange building. It was dark. I tried to find my way out. I ran, but the doors closed in front of me. And then there was a flash. I saw children and men. They were all dead. Women wept over their bodies. Those people seemed trapped in the building. And I saw a boy. He's also in there. He was alive for now, but in mortal danger.
The psychics meet in the town where Tetiana lives. She's eagerly awaiting the arrival of the psychics. Her husband is a contractor doing house renovations and is currently working abroad. So Tetiana and her son are alone at home.
Hello.
Hello. Come in, please.
You look at this boy.
Hello.
Makar, come over here. Something's hunting your son.
I see water. Tetiana, do you sense any threat related to water?
Makar began to be afraid of water. He used to love it, but now he's scared to bathe.
You lost someone in your family. Your brother?
Last year, Tetiana really lost her brother, Ihor. On the day of his death, he was meeting with friends, and then he mysteriously disappeared without a trace. 2 weeks later, a local fisherman accidentally snagged the drowned man's jacket with his spinning rod in the river. Water was found in Ihor's lungs. The police ruled it an accident. Her brother's death was a devastating blow to Tetiana, and she is convinced that his spirit is always near.
I sense him walking around the yard now.
Something seems to be calling Makar. It could even be your brother. As soon as I tuned in to Tetiana's brother, I felt a connection to water. Could the river where Ihor died be linked to what was happening to Makar? And why did the uncle want to take his nephew? We decided to seek answers at the site of Ihor's death.
Makar is tired and sleepy. Tetiana asks her neighbor to look after him.
Ihor's spirit doesn't want to take Makar. On the contrary, he's trying to protect the boy from a certain force. An evil force took your brother to the afterlife. The same one that's hunting your little boy now.
What could it mean? Meanwhile, a crowd gathers around the psychics.
And then spirits of children and men started surrounding us.
Dead children. A boat and 3 boys here. The fall from the boat.
The boys from the neighboring village. Yes, it really happened.
It turned out that 3 schoolboys decided to go fishing. Their boat overturned, and they all drowned. And the following year, another tragedy occurred.
4 young boys went out on the river in boats. They all drowned.
And 2 more boys also drowned here.
It happened last year. 2 brothers from the neighboring village came to the river, and another tragedy occurred.
One of them started to drown. The other one tried to save him, but they both drowned.
The same force that's hunting Makar took them.
But the boy has never been to this river. Why, then, is the unknown evil force, which has already taken so many lives, hunting him?
The spirits that haven't found peace, I see them right there.
There's a beach on the side of the Ikva River where the psychic is now heading. Unfortunately, this is where tragedies occur most often.
The souls are shouting at me, go to the old house.
Over there. I sense your brother's spirit. He's here and he's showing the way.
Over here. This is the building.
It's unbelievable. The psychics arrive at the former Count Kodkevich estate. Its construction began in the 18th century, but was never completed. Now, it's a local history museum.
I feel like we are expected here.
Katerina is the director of the museum. She has heard rumors about the psychic's arrival, and she's waiting to meet them.
I hope you could help us.
Do you feel a threat to your life? Few of the employees here are happy.
The woman assures that the building where they work ruins the lives of all the employees.
Many of their lives have turned out badly, and it's always been like this. Illnesses, deaths, and so on.
Several of the museum employees have lost their husbands, and their children, just like little Makar, seem to see some apparition and are constantly in danger.
Whenever someone young comes to work here, we always say, "Run away from here. You don't need this trouble."
Everyone connected to the museum is under the threat of death. And the river we were at also belongs to the estate's property.
Indeed, the Ikva River runs through the territory of the former Kodkevich estate.
Only young men and children were at risk. I didn't even imagine what kind of force from the other world was taking and pulling them into the realm of the dead.
It's someone's spirit. I see an image of a man now. He's wearing strange clothes, unlike anyone else's. I want to go through these doors.
Please come in.
It's him.
This is the portrait of Jan Mikola Kodkevich, a well-known statesman and political figure of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. He once owned all the surrounding lands. Could his spirit be the cause of so many tragedies?
Look quick.
It really fell.
You see, it's swaying on its own.
The man's spirit is here. You also feel the presence of something supernatural in this room.
The light turned off on its own. I went down to the basement to check the switch, and when I came back, it turned itself back on.
The man says he's repeatedly sensed someone's presence in the museum.
I heard footsteps.
You are watching a unique footage. The security guard filmed it with his phone after hearing footsteps in the basement.
The owner of this estate is grieving. He's mourning his own children.
Prince Kodkevich indeed buried his 3 children and grieved for them terribly.
I had a vision of a cruel, bloody battle, and this Kodkevich, he was killing people.
The historical records confirm that Jan Mikola Kodkevich participated in the 7 Years' War on the side of France.
This man's soul still suffers because he had to kill. It's his sin that caused the death of his children. But it's not him who's threatening your son.
The spirit of the man showed me a book. He whispered, "Find out who did this." Another spirit. Who is this?
As you can see, it's a crack. A woman-shaped crack.
Look, here's a chin and a nose, and a cloud of hair around her head.
Indeed, the crack on the wall resembles a female silhouette. The museum staff say it appeared here about 30 years ago. After the crack appeared on the wall, the misfortunes began to befall the families of the museum employees. What does this all mean?
The locals even claim they saw a woman with a candle walking up the stairs in the windows and heard the sound of shoes with high heels on the stairs.
The woman was trying to break into this world, but she didn't come for no reason. Someone disturbed her spirit and she sought revenge.
What woman does the psychic mean? Who is she, and why is she seeking revenge?
She's here now.
Tatiana, the woman's spirit is here for you and your son.
Anna, pick her up, hurry.
Everyone is seriously scared.
To the couch. Bring water.
Let's get her outside.
The woman's spirit. She tried to get rid of me so I wouldn't prevent her from taking your son.
What's Makar doing? Playing now? That's good.
Anna, come on. We've got to go.
The psychic spent in the van about an hour.
I've never dealt with anything like that.
How are you feeling?
I'm better. Now the most important thing is to save human lives and your son's life. I see something like a book and it's in a woman's hands. Who is she? Wait, I need a picture. This woman, it's her. Who is this?
She's alive.
Whose portrait is this?
Her husband painted her. He's an artist.
20 years ago, the museum underwent restoration. It was carried out by artists from Lviv. One of them fell in love with a museum employee and painted her portrait.
But can we find her?
Yes, we can.
"15 minutes later, the psychics arrive at the destination.
Let's go.
Hello, I'm Olena Kirilova, and this is Anna Galliers.
I'm Valentina. How can I help?
Is that your portrait at the museum?
Yes. I met my husband at the museum. He worked in the art section, and he painted me. That's how fate brought us together. I married him and moved to Lviv, leaving the museum behind.
Give me your hand. I immediately saw the vision of the small book that the spirits showed me at the museum.
Valentina, I see you in the museum. You're sitting at a table with a girl and it looks like you're reciting a spell. Did this happen?
Yes.
One day, Valentina and her friend Oksana stayed late at work. By chance, they came across a book on a shelf among several others, and it turned out to be a book of magic.
We took that book and summoned the spirits of the dead.
Valentina explains that they summoned the spirits of the castle's former residents, the Kotkevich family. Immediately after reading the incantation, they heard strange sounds, as if someone was walking there. However, no one else was in the museum. Valentina went to another room to check who it could be.
When I entered, I felt a chill down my spine because I saw a beautiful, noble lady.
The women didn't believe their eyes. There was a ghost in front of them. Valentina and her friend were shocked, as they had only recited the incantation for fun.
I said we'd probably done something wrong.
What you did was open a portal.
We were just having fun.
As you can see, playing with magic can have dire consequences. You summoned the spirit that is now killing men and children.
Playing with magic also had devastating consequences for Valentina. Her 20-year-old brother died mysteriously and unexpectedly, and she still doesn't like to discuss it. But who is the woman whose spirit they disturbed? And how can she be appeased now to stop the killings? It's already nightfall. The psychics conclude their investigation for now, planning to return here the next day. The following day, they head back to the museum.
I hear the rustling of a skirt and feel the smell of lavender.
It's the woman's spirit again. She wants us to go down to the basement.
I sense a corridor underground. Over there.
There were many underground passages here.
She's leading this way.
It feels like we're in a crypt and there's a moan. Misha, be careful. Something pushed him. Misha, who pushed you?
What's going on? Our sound engineer falls out of a sudden.
It's like someone's holding my leg.
That's enough. I'm leaving.
What is this? All the lights went out. In complete darkness, we can only hear thuds and desperate screams.
Oh my goodness. My God. Everything's falling.
I felt something shoving me off.
Bricks started falling off the walls.
It's the enraged female spirit who attacked me back at the castle. She wants revenge.
But who is this woman, and why is she so mad?
The spirit of this woman is now telling me about her death. She's headless. This woman was beheaded.
Ludwika Kodkiewicz had a daughter, Rosalia, who was executed by the Jacobins in France in 1793.
This is apparently Rosalia Lubomirska Kodkiewicz, a well-known beauty and favorite lady-in-waiting of Queen Marie Antoinette of France, who was executed by guillotine during the French Revolution. Rosalia was also sent to the scaffold after her queen.
On the very same day in 1793, Countess Ludwika Kodkiewicz was sitting on the first floor of this palace. Suddenly, all the doors on the first floor opened, and she saw her daughter. She was beheaded.
The Countess was so terrified by what she saw that she abandoned the unfinished palace and rarely visited it afterward.
This woman, whose spirit haunts this place, experienced betrayal in love during her lifetime.
Rosalia stayed in Paris. She had a lover there.
Rosalia's husband left her because she remained in France with another man. But the next blow was that even the man she loved betrayed her.
They broke up in Paris. Her lover returned to Poland, while Rosalia stayed in revolutionary France.
She had a child.
She had a daughter who was 6 when her mother died. After the execution of Rosalia Lubomirska, the girl stayed in prison.
When Rosalia was taken from the prison for the execution, her daughter stayed alone in the cell. Poor Rosalia experienced so much pain and suffering in her life that not every woman can bear. And then such a terrible death. Now being back in this world, she feels the same pain. Everyone around her is happy, with their husbands and children. That's why she wants revenge, to take what was taken from her. We need to close the portal.
We'll place the candles crosswise. No one should speak. This is the foundation, the threshold of the house. Give me water from this house. Salt. When I turned to Rosalia's spirit, for the first time, she didn't attack, but calmly said, "Thank you." She won't take anyone else. Her spirit will rest in peace. Makar is going to be fine.